See, last time we studied about the solubility or capacity of solution to dissolve solute. Today I am going to explain you the term solubility. See, what is solubility? Solubility is the capacity of solute to get dissolved in the given amount of solvent. See, scientifically, solubility is defined as the amount of solute per unit volume of saturated solution at a given temperature. See once again, solubility of solute is the amount of solute per unit volume of saturated solution at a specific temperature. It is the amount of solute per unit volume of saturated solution at a given or at a specific temperature at a specific temperature. Okay, this is a solubility. Solubility is expressed in terms of moles per liter. Solubility means amount of solute divided by volume of solution. The amount of solute is expressed in terms of mole divided by volume, that should be in decimeter cube or liter. Hence the unit is mole per liter or mole per decimeter cube. The unit of solubility, remember well, solubility is expressed in terms of mole per liter or mole per decimeter cube. See once again, what is solubility? Solubility is the amount of solute per unit volume of saturated solution at a specific temperature. Solubility is equal to amount of solute per unit volume of solution. Amount of solute is given in mole, volume of saturated solution is given in liter. Therefore, the unit of solubility or solubility is expressed in moles per liter or moles per decimeter cube. Is it clear to you? Okay. We are going to discuss now the factors affecting on solubility. Factors which influence, the factors which affects solubility. Factors affecting on solubility is our point of discussion now. So see, the first factor which affects on the solubility is the nature of solute and solvent. In nature of solute and nature of solvent is first factor. We know that the compound having similar chemical character are readily soluble in each other, and the compounds having entirely different chemical character, they are insoluble. It is known to you like dissolves in like. सारखे सारख्यांमध्ये विरघळतात. सो सी, substances having similar intermolecular forces are likely soluble in each other. What I told, substances having similar intermolecular forces. We studied about intermolecular forces: dipole-dipole interaction, ion-dipole interaction, dipole-induced dipole interaction, dispersion forces. These are the intermolecular forces. So substances having same type of intermolecular forces, they are soluble into one another or into each other. Generally, polar solute, they dissolve or they are soluble in polar solvent. Is it clear? When the nature of solute is polar, then that polar solute is dissolved in polar solvent. For example, NaCl. NaCl is a polar solute. It is readily soluble in water. Water is polar solvent since there is a partial separation of charges, H plus OH minus, like that. So see, if the solute is non-polar solute, it is soluble in non-polar solvent. Non-polar solvent. Compounds like cholesterol or many organic compounds, they are soluble in non-polar solvent like benzene, carbon tetrachloride, and so on. There is one exception. Though sugar is organic compound, but it is soluble in water due to the formation of hydrogen bonding. What I told, though sugar is organic compound, it gets dissolved in water due to intermolecular hydrogen bonding between sugar and water molecule. But most of the organic compounds, they are insoluble in water. I mean, they are soluble in organic solvent or non-polar solvent. So this is all about first solvent. Like dissolves in like, polar solute dissolve in polar solvent. For example, NaCl, it dissociates into Na plus and Cl minus ion, and the ions, they form ion dipole interaction with water and they get soluble in water. Now, non-polar solute is soluble in non-polar solvent. For example, most of the organic compounds, they are soluble in organic solvent like benzene, carbon tetrachloride, which are non-polar. One exception you should know, sugar, though it is organic compound, but it is soluble in water due to formation of intermolecular hydrogen bonding. The second factor is effect of temperature on solubility. Effect of temperature on solubility. So see, this is the second factor. Some solutes, they are less soluble at low temperature. When the temperature is increased, then solubility of such a solute is also increased. For example, the substances like potassium nitrate, ammonium nitrate, they are least soluble at low temperature. As and when the temperature of their solution is increased, then solubility of potassium nitrate or ammonium nitrate in the solution also increases. पुन्हा एकदा लक्षात घ्या, काही पदार्थ कमी तापमानाला कमी विरघळतात किंवा कमी डिझॉल्व होतात. अशा पदार्थांचं सोल्युशनचं जर आपण टेम्परेचर वाढवलं तर त्यांची सोल्युबिलिटी पण वाढत जाते. म्हणजे टेम्परेचर वाढवल्यावर सोल्युबिलिटी वाढते, कारण ते आधी कमी सोल्युबल असतात. कमी तापमानाला कमी सोल्युबल असतात, जास्त तापमानाला सोल्युबिलिटी हळूहळू वाढत जाते. सी, देर आर सर्टन सबस्टन्सेस which are more soluble at low temperature and therefore their solubility does not increases with increase in temperature. More soluble at low temperature. Some solutes or some substances, they are more soluble at low temperature and therefore their solubility does not increases with increase in temperature. There is no considerable increase in solubility. For example, sodium bromide or potassium bromide, NaBr or KBr, these are the substances having more solubility at low temperature, and that's why since they are more soluble at low temperature, with increase in temperature their solubility does not increases considerably. काही पदार्थ कमी तापमानालाच जास्त विरघळतात, त्यामुळे आपण नंतर कितीही तापमान त्या सोल्युशनचं वाढवलं तरी अशा पदार्थांची सोल्युबिलिटी वाढत नाही किंवा जास्त प्रमाणात वाढत नाही. हे आपण लक्षात ठेवलं पाहिजे. नंतर मुलांनो, dissolution of substances. Dissolution of substances. Remember well, dissolution of substances is either exothermic or endothermic process. सोल्यूट हा सॉल्व्हंटमध्ये विरघळणं एक्झोथर्मिक असेल किंवा एंडोथर्मिक असेल. In case of solute which dissolves in particular solvent by endothermic process, then it absorbs heat during the dissolution. When temperature increases by adding heat, the solubility of such a substance also increases according to Le Chatelier's principle. Addition of heat causes a stress on saturated solution and which favors endothermic process. पुन्हा एकदा मुलांनो लक्षात घ्या, पदार्थ पाण्यात डिझॉल्व होणं ही एकतर एक्झोथर्मिक प्रोसेस असेल किंवा एंडोथर्मिक असेल. जर ती प्रोसेस एंडोथर्मिक असेल तर पदार्थ पाण्यामध्ये किंवा एखाद्या सॉल्व्हंटमध्ये विरघळताना तो उष्णता ॲब्सॉर्ब करतो आणि मग डिझॉल्व होतो. त्यामुळे अशा सोल्युशनला जर आपण एक्सेस हीट दिली तर ती हीट ॲब्सॉर्ब करून जास्तीत जास्त पदार्थ डिझॉल्व होईल, म्हणजेच त्याची सोल्युबिलिटी वाढेल. इज इट क्लिअर टू यू? पुन्हा एकदा लक्षात घ्या, डिझोल्युशन ऑफ सम सबस्टन्सेस इज एंडोथर्मिक प्रोसेस. ॲडिशन ऑफ हीट टू द सिस्टम increases the solubility of such substances. आणि मग मी तुम्हाला याचं जे एक्झाम्पल दिलं तेच होतं, पोटॅशियम नायट्रेट किंवा अमोनियम नायट्रेट. दे डिझॉल्व बाय ॲब्सॉर्बिंग हीट, आणि म्हणून हे पदार्थ डिझॉल्व होताना हीट ॲब्सॉर्ब होते. तुम्ही जितकी उष्णता द्याल तितकं टेम्परेचर वाढेल आणि त्यांची डिझोल्युशन क्षमता पण वाढेल. म्हणजेच हे पदार्थ कमी तापमानाला कमी डिझॉल्व होतात आणि जास्त तापमानाला जास्त डिझॉल्व होतात. इज इट क्लिअर? नाव इन केस ऑफ सम सबस्टन्सेस लाईक कॅल्शियम क्लोराईड अँड लिथियम सल्फेट, कॅल्शियम क्लोराईड असेल किंवा लिथियम सल्फेट असेल, the dissolution of some substances is exothermic process. When they dissolve, heat is given out. As and when temperature of such a solution is increased, then their solubility decreases. See once again, जे पदार्थ एक्झोथर्मिक प्रोसेसने डिझॉल्व्ह होतात, म्हणजे डिझॉल्व्ह होताना उष्णता बाहेर टाकतात, अशा प्रकारच्या पदार्थांच्या सोल्युशनची जर आपण एक्सटर्नली हीट ॲड करून टेम्परेचर वाढवलं तर त्यांची सोल्युबिलिटी कमी होते. याचाच अर्थ असा, द सबस्टन्सेस विच डिझॉल्व्ह बाय एक्झोथर्मिक प्रोसेस release heat during their dissolution. So, in order to increase the solubility of such substance, we have to remove the heat instead of addition. या ठिकाणी आपल्याला रिमूव्हल ऑफ हीट करावं लागेल, म्हणजेच टेम्परेचर डिक्रीज करावं लागेल. सर्वांच्या लक्षात आलंच असेल, जे पदार्थ एक्झोथर्मिक प्रोसेसने डिझॉल्व्ह होतात, म्हणजे डिझॉल्व्ह होताना उष्णता बाहेर टाकतात, तेव्हा त्या सोल्युशनची आपण उष्णता रिमूव्ह केली पाहिजे, म्हणजेच टेम्परेचर कमी केलं पाहिजे, तर त्या पदार्थांची सोल्युबिलिटी वाढेल. जे पदार्थ एंडोथर्मिक प्रोसेसने डिझॉल्व्ह होतात, त्या पदार्थांच्या सोल्युशनला आपण हीट ॲड केली पाहिजे, म्हणजेच टेम्परेचर वाढवलं पाहिजे, आणि मग त्यांची सोल्युबिलिटी वाढेल. मला वाटतं हा पॉईंट सर्वांना क्लिअर झाला की इफेक्ट ऑफ टेम्परेचर. नाव आवर नेक्स्ट पॉईंट इज इफेक्ट ऑफ प्रेशर. इफेक्ट ऑफ प्रेशर. थर्ड पॉईंट इज इफेक्ट ऑफ प्रेशर. See, pressure has no effect on the solubility of solid and liquid since they are non-compressible. सॉलिड आणि लिक्विड हे नॉन कॉम्प्रेसिबल आहे किंवा इनकॉम्प्रेसिबल आहे, त्यामुळे त्यांच्या सोल्युबिलिटीवरती प्रेशरचा परिणाम होत नाही. सोल्युबिलिटी ऑफ सॉलिड and liquid does not affected by pressure since they are non compressible. Remember well. But in case of gas, the solubility of gas increases with increase in pressure. Why is it so? Because gases are compressible. Pressure greatly affects the solubility of gas in liquid. Remember, pressure affects the solubility of gas in liquid. Solubility of gases increases with increase in pressure. Solubility of gas. Solubility of gas in liquid increases with increase in pressure. So these are the points which affects the solubility of solute. The first factor was nature of solute and solvent. Second factor was temperature, and third factor was pressure. I would like to review these points once again. What is solubility? Solubility is defined as the amount of solute present in or dissolved in per unit volume of solution, that solution should be saturated at a given temperature. See once again, solubility is defined as the amount of solute per unit volume of saturated solution at specific temperature. Now, factors affecting on solubility. First factor is nature of solute and solvent. I told you, like dissolves in like. Polar solute dissolve in polar solvent, non-polar solute dissolve in non-polar solvent. Some exceptions are there. Second, effect of temperature. We know that dissolution of solute is either exothermic or endothermic. When dissolution of solute is exothermic, when solute dissolves, it releases heat. Therefore, removal of heat means decrease in temperature of solution increases the solubility of solute. When the dissolution of solute is by endothermic process, then addition of heat to the system or increase in temperature favors or increases the solubility. And our third factor is pressure. I told the solubility of solid and liquid does not depend upon pressure since they are non-compressible. Does not affected by pressure since they are non-compressible. But the solubility of gas in liquid is affected by change in pressure. The solubility of gas in liquid increases with increase in pressure. Remember well. Is it clear to you? Okay. So this is all about the factors affecting on solubility. Now there are related points. I would like to explain these points. First point is Henry's law. Henry's law. Question is asked, state and explain Henry's law. Henry's law deals with the solubility of gas in liquid. It states that solubility of gas in liquid is directly proportional to the pressure of gas over solution. C. It states that solubility of gas in liquid is directly proportional to the pressure of gas on solution. This is a statement for 1 marks on solution or over the solution. See once again, Henry's law states that solubility of gas in liquid is directly proportional to the pressure of gas over the solution. Explanation. Suppose S is solubility and P is the pressure of gas over solution, then explanation. According to Henry's law, S is directly proportional to P. What is S? S is the solubility of gas in liquid. What is P? P is the pressure of gas over the solution. Therefore, we have S is equal to KH into P, where KH is proportionality constant called as Henry's constant. KH is equal to Henry's constant. Remember well. When the equation is rearranged, we have Kh is equal to S upon P, where S is solubility in moles per liter and P is the pressure in bar. So remember well, when P is equal to 1 bar, then Kh is equal to S. So define Henry's constant. Henry's constant is defined as the solubility of gas in liquid when the pressure over the solution is 1 bar. Remember what I told? Henry's constant means Kh. It is defined as the solubility of gas in liquid when the pressure of gas over the solution is 1 bar. सर्वांच्या लक्षात आलं? काय बघितलं आपण? हेनरीज कॉन्स्टंट डिफाइन केला आपण. कसा डिफाइन केला? पुन्हा एकदा रिव्ह्यू करूया. Henry's law states that the solubility of gas in liquid is directly proportional to the pressure of gas over the solution. His statement. Thereafter, explanation. If S is the solubility of gas in liquid, then solubility of gas in liquid is directly proportional to the pressure of gas over the solution. P is the pressure of gas over the solution. Then S is equal to Kh into P, where Kh is called as proportionality constant or Henry's constant. So by rearranging, we have Kh is equal to S upon P when P is equal to 1 bar, then Kh is equal to S. So define Kh. Kh means Henry's constant. Henry's constant is defined as the solubility of gas in liquid when the pressure of gas over the solution is 1 bar. Is it clear? Okay. There are few exceptions for Henry's law. The gases which are readily soluble in water shows exception to Henry's law. For example, NH3, that is ammonia gas, CO2 gas, they do not obey Henry's law. Why is it so? Because they react with water and they are more soluble in water than expected by Henry's law. The reaction is as NH3 plus H2O gives us NH4OH, means NH4 plus OH minus. Like that, CO2 plus H2O, it also gives us H2CO3, that is carbonic acid. Since these gases react with water, because of reaction with water, they are already more soluble and their solubility is higher than the solubility expected by Henry's law. Therefore, those gases which reacts with water are readily soluble in water due to reaction. They show exception to Henry's law. So this is all about the solubility, factors affecting on solubility, Henry's law, and the gases showing exception to Henry's law. Question may be there. Define solubility, explain the factors affecting on solubility, state and explain Henry's law, and so on. Okay, so we are going to stop here. Okay.